Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm Marisa Maggio-Harelson. I am in Phoenix, Arizona, and I have my dear friend Isa Dinerman in Prescott, Arizona. On today, we are going to be sharing all things that on this meetup, this mastermind about LifeVantage, a company at the forefront of what's called nutrigenomics, nutrition for your genes, activating gene expression through nutrition and naturally occurring compounds. Breakthrough technology, also an incredible opportunity for those that see themselves wanting to share this. So I'm going to get right into our presentation today. Who are we? Well, LifeVantage is the activation company. And what does activation mean? Well, it means that you're activating your own body's system, so hopefully not have to medicate symptoms. We are a publicly traded, debt-free company. We spend millions of dollars on research and development every single year. The company pours back into its consultants that are sharing this. We have scientifically validated products with multiple patents, and we are growing. We are in what's called a momentum stage, which is very, very exciting. I've been a part of this company for 14 years. I'm a yoga teacher. I teach breath work, meditation, and then all things LifeVantage. And I learned about LifeVantage at a yoga studio 14 years ago this month in March 28th. And you're going to be blown away when you see what I saw, because I'm like, why in the world does the world not know about this? So we have an incredible, for those that see the opportunity, we have an incredible, very rich compensation plan that I'll just briefly talk about in this overview. This is a quick overview. And we have a beautiful community, like-minded people that are part of a movement. We have mentorship and just so much support from our company. We've rang the closing bell on Wall Street a couple of times. We have a beautiful program, a legacy program where we always give back. I just came back from Thailand. We donated to a school. We cleaned up a school. We donated the books for their library. We fed the children. It was just so much fun. We get so much out of it as well. And we've been written up in multiple international publications. So what is the difference between activation and supplementation? So traditionally, supplementation is filling a void. We add nutrients to the body. They fill in those gaps of what the body's not doing, and it is passive support. Okay, but we do need it. We do need it in today's world. But activation is basically you are protecting those pathways. We're activating, we are signaling cells to optimize health. And it's targeting the root causes of why the cells are not working. You'll hear words like oxidative stress or mitochondria dysfunction. And you don't have to be a scientist to actually get what we're talking about today. So I really want you to see that. This is something that's going on. If you can see the apple that turns brown, that's oxidative stress, and that's the root cause of aging and what happens to our tissues inside our body. So we're also going to talk about the science briefly about what activation is, but basically we are activating our bodies to make those antioxidants and proteins and enzymes and all those things we need for better health. And so you are activating your opportunity, if you just see yourself sharing this, and where you can actually earn income that works for you while you sleep, because we have customers. 90% of our business is customer based, but it's a few of us that actually get out there to actually lead a movement to let people understand how this is the science of wellness care. This is the science today of health and wellness. And it's more important today than ever before. So it all started with this product. When I first started LifeVantage, it was Protandim NRF2 Activator. It is a medical breakthrough product. It's natural, 5 Ayurvedic plants that work synergistically to turn on a pathway in our DNA called NRF2, which is the master regulator of the cell. It's responsible for cellular repair by reducing oxidative stress up to 40% in 30 days. So 20 years ago, and I like to show this because it really shows a history of how this one small biotech company from the University of Colorado got started. ABC News' John Quinones, 11-time Emmy Award-winning reporter, did an investigative report to see if this little yellow pill of 5 plants really did what it said it was going to do, and that's reducing oxidative stress or free radical damage. You're going to know what that is after you watch the 3-minute version of this. So I'm going to take you back in time to this ABC Primetime report.
Following is an ABC Primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver. This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body.
Leading to disease.
Leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm it.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. Taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Pretty amazing, right? I mean, to this day, when I see that ABC News report and I see that his oxidative stress level was reduced by 45% in just 2 weeks, it blows my mind away. And I didn't really know what oxidative stress was at the time, 14 years ago when I learned about it, but it made so much sense. I mean, think about it. People and what we're going through today and how people are sicker today than ever before, and how our environment, the temperature extremes, the high oxygen pressure, the benzene in the gasoline, the jet fuel in the airplane, the pesticides, the herbicides, the crappy foods, the crappy soils, it's everything, and it affects every organ system in our body. If you were to go to pubmed.gov, the National Institutes of Health Medical Library, and type in oxidative stress, you're going to get about 400,000 studies and rising every single day. You'll see the graph that keeps going up and rising every single day on more and more studies being done about oxidative stress. If you type in NRF2, you're going to see, I think it's about 30-some thousand studies. Prior to 1994, there was only one study on NRF2 activation, and Protandim happens to be the world's first NRF2 activator, the most potent and backed by clinical peer-reviewed research. If you type in oxidative stress and any issue, you're going to get studies from cancers to diabetes to Alzheimer's. Protandim just reduces oxidative stress. So when people ask me, will it help me with this condition or that condition? Well, our products don't cure, treat, or mitigate disease, but they activate. So when you go into PubMed and you type in oxidative stress and let's say a certain issue you're interested in, you're going to get those studies. We'll just put the pieces of the puzzle together. Protandim reduces oxidative stress, 40% on average in 30 days and up to 70% the longer you're on it. And if you don't take anything home with you today, take this home. That NRF2 activation may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. So after that ABC News report aired, there were researchers and investors that contacted Dr. McCord, the developer, wanting to do their own studies, the actual researchers. So today there are 30 clinical peer-reviewed published studies on PubMed when you type in Protandim on Protandim. I mean, from Harvard to the Ohio State, the American Journal of Physiology, the National Institute on Aging did a 10-year federally funded study to see if mice live longer, and it equated to 5 more human years. So what Protandim is doing, lowering that oxidative stress, on average 40% in 30 days, could be more, increasing certain key antioxidant enzymes, you don't even have to know how to say these names, SOD by 30%, catalase, see I'm just reading, by 54%. But listen, glutathione, people are hearing about glutathione all the time. Getting glutathione infusions, which cost a lot of money and don't last forever, you're increasing your own production of glutathione by 300% after being on Protandim for over 90 days. And that study is on PubMed. So here is the beautiful, I always call this God's pharmacy: turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, bacopa, and ashwagandha. It's not even about the 5 plants. You can take all 5 of those plants. They won't do what one Protandim does. It's the synergy. It's the exact ratio. That's why there's multiple patents on the composition. It's the ratio that activates that pathway, NRF2, that makes it the world's first NRF2 activator and making it the master regulator of the cell. We have 2 other cellular activators, Protandim NRF1, boosting the mitochondria pathway by 70%, increasing mitochondria biogenesis, and also NAD. Whether you know what NAD is or not, without NAD, you're dead in 30 seconds. NAD is like the fountain of youth. It is responsible for, it's an anti-aging molecule that cleans up pretty much all that cellular garbage. Doctors will call the word autophagy. So I always say Nerf 1 and Nerf 2 Protandim are like taking the trash out to the curb, the cellular trash, and then NAD is the big garbage truck that comes by and takes it all away. That's kind of the easier way. When you stack them together, there is another type of synergy that happens that exponentially turns on those genes that are responsible for reducing oxidative stress, boosting mitochondria, and activating that key enzyme NAD. So, with that, I'm going to turn it over to our beautiful Isa Dinerman, who, as I mentioned, is a holistic esthetician in Prescott, Arizona, anti-gravity yoga teacher, has led yoga retreats in Costa Rica. She is one of my soul sister friends, and we've been doing this life together for over 10 years. So Isa, why in the world would someone like you, who owned a bricks and mortar skincare company when I met you, be doing LifeVantage today?
Wow, thank you, Marisa. Hi, everybody. So, great question. And it's because when you look at that ABC, if that was the first time that you saw that and you think back to that was 2005, look at how far ahead we were then. 2005, people were just starting to talk about antioxidants. We were talking about it in skincare, using retinols and vitamin C and all of that. And look at where we are now. So LifeVantage, when I saw this, Marisa introduced this to me. She came into my shop as a client, and we had just come out with our skincare line, and we had Protandim. That was about it. But when the reason I'm doing this, to answer Marisa's question, is she didn't know when she introduced this to me that I was a very frustrated brick and mortar owner. I had become a mom at 42 years old, and I had a very successful business, multiple locations. And I was struggling, though. I was not happy. and I wanted more. And I knew that to create more income, to cover more employee payroll expenses and all the things, advertising, all of that, I needed to be in the treatment room more. And so I didn't have true leverage. So to answer your question simply, Marisa, it's because it creates a whole other level of leverage, which we'll speak to in a little bit. But when I saw the science here of Protandim and I saw that we can reduce oxidative stress so dramatically, 40% in 30 days and up to 70% with continued use, I was blown away because oxidative stress is the root cause of all of the issues that I was treating my clients for, whether it was hyperpigmentation, reactive skin. We don't use names of issues or disease states, but I had clients that had rosacea, very reactive skin, hyperpigmentation, adult acne. And so when I saw that we could reduce that process so dramatically, I took a very close look at this and I was all in. I was all in before I even started on the product, right, Marisa?
Yes, absolutely. And we didn't even have collagen, liquid
We didn't even
collagen,
have collagen.
activating collagen. Yes.
Exactly. And I saw dramatic, if you just got on Protandim NRF2, you will see an NAD, that tri-synergizer. I saw dramatic changes in my skin because we were reducing inflammation. And so 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, the company came out with collagen. And so in our industry, in the beauty industry, I've been a holistic esthetician for 22 years now. The collagen conversation has been happening for quite some time. And there's people that are thinking, does it really work? I don't know. I take it every day. I'm not sure if it works, but I'm doing it every day. And so when LifeVantage, decided to come out with this, I knew that they were going to make it different, and they certainly did. They hit it out of the ballpark. And that's because we are the only collagen that actually activates your cells to create collagen. So everyone's talking about peptides now. We're actually this is bioactive peptides, collagen peptides that the cells need. And so that acronym there, activate, replenish, and maintain. So we're activating our cells to create collagen, replenishing what we have. So we are supplementing with marine collagen peptides, which are amazing, hydrolyzed. And then we're maintaining it with very high antioxidant content. And so this is amazing. And what it does here with the cellular stress cycle is phenomenal. So when you combine Protandim NRF2 with this activated collagen, we're not only increasing collagen density by a whopping 100% in 8 weeks. That's unheard of, 100% in 8 weeks. And it also stimulates fibroblast activity. That's very difficult to do with topical skincare products. You just can't do it. So this is amazing. So the collagen by itself in the 8-week study increased collagen density 42%, but when we combine it with Protandim, it's 100% in 8 weeks. And it stops that stress cycle that keeps our cells in that fight or flight state, right? And that just brings it down to healthy levels. So photos are everything. It's what we see so much with this is tightening of the skin, because if you can imagine collagen being when we have collagen that's decreased and it's like this, and then you're tightening it up so dramatically. So we're seeing a lot of firming in the skin. A lot of my clients are talking about their neck or under their arms, and we're seeing that in so many people. So we have so many photos we can share with you, but suffice to say too that these people all felt great. They were also speaking not only to the before and after photos, but better sleep, better recovery after their workouts, just feeling overall better gut health. So we also have Axio. This is one of our favorite products, one of our hero products, and this is activation for the brain. So oftentimes when we're in the afternoon reaching for, hopefully not, but many people do, reaching for a coffee around 2 p.m. or some sugar, it's because your brain is fatigued. And so what this is plant-based nutrients that go in and actually help to increase mental clarity and focus, and it supports positive mood. It's a nootropic. So this is Dr. Brett Brimhall, his nephew, and he has many different resources and videos on how Axio has impacted young people. This is his nephew that struggled with focus issues in school, and before he was put on Protandim and Axio, that's his spelling list. 2 weeks later, phenomenal. So my daughter is she's 15 and she loves this product as well. We just put it in her water bottle and she takes it to school. So
And I'll say my husband, who's had several concussions from playing soccer and bike
mhm.
injury, this is a go-to. It is like he said, it helps him so much. And now we have Axio X, which is just a little bit more supercharged and has mushroom extract in it and probiotic blend. So we're all about gut-brain connections. So that's awesome.
Yes. Yes. And then speaking of gut brain, we have P84. So Marisa mentioned that we acquired a company several months ago, and this was their hero product. And so to have LifeVantage bring in to what we already have another product that is phenomenal. It's PhytoPower. So we have it's a two-step system, powdered, and what this does is it's activating your gut peptides, and it activates 14 key different peptides, including the GLP-1 peptide. So there's so much that this does. So we've got NRF.
Love it.
What's that, Marisa?
I love it every
Yes.
day. I've already had mine.
Yes, and we say this here, 1 + 1 = 6, because if you're taking NRF2, Protandim NRF2, and P84 together, you are activating 6 different systems in the body or improving. So our brain, our mood, our digestive health, bloating, our skin. I've seen such improvements on my clients and on myself in their skin and the glow just by improving gut health so dramatically. So this is our Healthy Edge stack. We always encourage people, a non-negotiable is to stack things with Protandim because everything is going to work better when you have the cells are clean. So Protandim is detoxifying the cell. It's antifibrotic. It's antiviral. All of these things. So stacking that with the P84 is called the Healthy Edge stack, and this is activation. We're helping our body. It's a real simple explanation to say we're not teaching our body to do something different like a lot of systems are right now, or things that people are doing for their health and their weight and whatnot. We're actually helping our body remember what it knows how to do. That's what we're doing.
I
So
love that. Thank you, Isa.
yeah. So we activate our Protandim trio there we call that the Tri-Synergizer. We're activating mitochondria, we're activating NAD, and we're reducing oxidative stress. Our collagen, we're activating collagen peptides. So important for total body health, total wellness. This is not just a beauty product. We also have a GLP-1 activator, plant-based. We have Axio for the brain, and then of course the gut peptides. And that's our company. We are LifeVantage, and we focus on activation. We do have a few supplements. Most companies do, but the focus of our hero products are all on activation. The hair care, I just want to say how many people I have on my table. I am still in the treatment room on a very limited basis with people, but how many women, when I'm doing their scalp massage, are saying, "Oh, I've lost so much hair. I've lost so much hair. What is going on?" Or my eyebrows or whatever. So our hair care activates the follicle. It activates the mitochondria of the follicle. That's incredible. The collagen impacts that, and so does Protandim, obviously.
And our skincare.
And our skincare, our
Oh,
skincare. How could I not say that? Yes. Real quickly, our skincare was based on, after that ABC aired, many of the major universities and institutions that started their own self-funded studies on Protandim. One of them was Louisiana State University, and they did 2 studies on melanoma lesions, and the impact was phenomenal. They came back to LifeVantage and said they were crushing the pill and painting it on the lesions. They came back to LifeVantage and said, you need to put this into a cream. And that is that teal jar right in the middle of that slide right there. So we can
True
get you
Hydrate.
studies. Yes, it's called True Hydrate. And this is a system that I love. It's not causing client confusion of like, what do I need for my skin? We all need to reduce oxidative stress. And when you're doing it topically and internally, it just simplifies everything. So we're talking about the products here. We're sharing a little bit about the products, but we really want to shed some light on the business as well. And we have the opportunity here to activate not only our health, but also our lives. So this is Robert Kiyosaki, the cash flow quadrant. Drop a one in the chat if you've heard of this. Has anyone anyone have experience with this, but many of us that are in the beauty industry, like myself, I mentioned earlier, I have my stores, my brick and mortars for about 15 years. I've been a holistic esthetician for about 22 years. And what I realized in this industry is that if we are an employee, well, let's just start with an employee. They're simply corporate jobs. Nothing wrong with this, right? Corporate jobs, salaried positions, working for someone else's business. Self-employed is where I fell in, that S. And that would be our massage therapists, our practitioners, maybe physical trainers, estheticians, yoga instructors, small business owners. And what that means is we can make good money, but we have to show up to do it. Right. And what I realized when Marisa came into my shop is that I had a very successful business. I was a very successful self-employed business owner, but I didn't have leverage. Because when I went to sell my businesses, what she didn't know when she came in and we met, I was trying to sell. And the two potential buyers that I had wanted me. They said, well, you need to stay on and you're generating this much income. And I thought, well, I don't want to. I want to be a mom now. And so that was what really opened my eyes. And so when we move into that B quadrant there, the business owner, we own a system. And that's what we have here with LifeVantage. And I like to say it's great to play in all four of these quadrants, one isn't better than the other, but certainly if you're looking for more time freedom, if you're looking for a way to leverage the network that you're already creating in your business, then you need a system. And so that's where we use people to people marketing and just sharing this message. And I love it. I never realized that I was playing in the B sector when I met Marisa. I was a great networker. I had an incredible network. I was the person that clients came to for the best manicurist or acupuncturist or whatever, but I didn't realize what it was. So when I learned about direct sales and network marketing, I love it. I don't know that I'd be back in the treatment room now. I've told you that, Marisa. I didn't have this. So,
I know. It's
yeah.
wonderful. And it just makes so much sense. We have to leverage our income, finding multiple streams of income. But when you can leverage it, you're not doing all the work and you're creating income while you sleep. And this is a beautiful business model that I think is widely misunderstood. And so that's part of my calling and passion, is to introduce people to this business model, because people want to do work from home. They want to work from anywhere, right? And if you have technology, you can do this. And it just cuts out that middleman, the store shelf, and it helps other people. It helps families. It helps you, Isa, a mom staying home with her daughter. It allowed me to be home. My children were 10 and 12 at the time. I'm a former television news journalist. I worked in that industry almost 20 years. And if I didn't work, I didn't get paid. But I can tell you, as an older mom, I was 38 and 41 when I had my children. I did not want to work in television news anymore. And I wanted to stay home. I did some marketing and consulting and things like that in between until I found LifeVantage. And I'm like, what? I can share something that I'm so passionate about with health and wellness and create leveraged income over time. It has been a beautiful, beautiful position. And right now, the position of our company is incredible for those that see the opportunity. So when businesses start out, the first 3 to 5 years, even think of a restaurant, right? Think of a restaurant, and a lot of them can fail within 5 years. Last night, Scott and I were at this wonderful African Caribbean Brazilian restaurant, and they were packed, and it's like this in this vintage home. And I said, how long have you been open? And she said 3 years. And she goes, I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed that we're doing well. And I was so happy for her, because so many companies fail in that first 5 years. We have been in the network marketing space, you all, for 16 years. This company has 50 years of research, Protandem, 50 years of research, and we are just pioneering this beautiful wellness nutrigenomics. So the company and the products are there. Timing and trends are really where it's at. Like, we're activating our own peptides. We're not injecting peptides into our body. We're activating our cells. We're activating our brain. We're activating the gut. And we have this very rich LifeVantage compensation plan. So right now we are in that 200 million stage. We're in that $200 million a year company, on track to be $1 billion a year company in a few short years. So it's those of us that are getting on that surfboard. That's where 80% of a growth potential will happen. And that's where the lifetime payout is when you get to the top of that. It is those people that get on the surfboard now that start riding that wave of momentum. I've never been part of something that was new and exciting as much as I have been a part of this. And it's just been such a great opportunity. Even if I didn't do the business, I would be telling everybody about activation and how they can be healthier. So you get paid for gathering customers. We have an incredible program for customer gatherers that you can earn up to 30% commission for every customer order that comes through your organization once you get to the diamond seller. We have different tiers for that. You get paid for building a team that's different. So then you're getting paid multiple ways of earning income and developing leaders. And then when you hit the executive ranks, you take part in global revenue sharing. That's what the company has already done. Can you imagine getting paid a little penny for every bottle of, and I don't drink Coke, but this is an example of Coca-Cola that sells throughout the world, right? So you're getting a little share of that. They take 4% of the global revenue and they put it in a pool and they share it among the executive leaders. We're in 25 countries. When I started, we were in 4. So we're in European countries. We're getting ready to launch in Portugal. There's many more opportunities here. And the beautiful part about it is the company gives us so much. We are our own CEOs of our business, but they do the shipping. I don't have to keep inventory. I have a website. I have an app that I can share with people. We have a system, by the way, that people can plug into. Our team does. That makes things very simple. I don't have to invoice anyone. My website, as soon as I signed up as a consultant, I have a website that I can share. And then the business metrics, that's all the back office stuff. The company does it. They do all the evaluations. They show you where your business is, what you did last month. So that, and corporate is so incredible. They take such good care of us. And they take good care of my customers and my consultants. So it's really been a beautiful business model, way different from anything I have ever done in my entire life. So think about this. If you can work for income and you could build leverage, this is what you could do. If you had 9 people on your team, 9 people that serve 10 customers, that's 100 customers being served. You didn't do that personally. Your team did. You helped build leaders who did. That's leverage. Isn't that? I just think that's so beautiful. Now, we are publicly traded. We are audited. This is our earnings income disclosure statement. And I'll just say to people that I'm bringing into the business, what is your goal? Like, is it $300 a month? Do you just want to pay for a product? I can show you how to do that. You can get a few customers. We actually have a calculator in one of our board systems that shows you exactly how many customers you need to get on a certain product. Like our number 1 selling product line is collagen and Protandim, the Healthy Glow Stack. Now we have it with P84 because people love P84. So we can show you how many we need to sell just for customers to earn a certain amount of money. But as you start building a team, when I looked at that earnings income disclosure, I was shy with what I thought I could do. And over time, I was able to build into the executive ranks, and it's been life-changing. And this is, income that's monthly and that comes in. But you guys, even for $316 a month, you need to have over $75,000 in a bank to get 5% return. People are doing that in months in LifeVantage. In less than that. If you wanted to make $1,700 a month, that is our managing consultant 1 level. You would need to have over $417,000 saved. Who do you know that has that kind of money saved? If you want to become an executive leader, you'd have to have over $3.4 million in a bank. I hit the executive ranks in 5.5 years. I've hit several different ranks in that category, and it's been truly life-changing. It's not even about the money. It is about the person you become and the people that you help, and the mission becomes even bigger and better. So we have ways you can come in. Customers, and you get 10% off as a subscribing customer. You get 10% off the retail, and consultants get 20% off retail. Also, customers earn rewards credits so they can save monthly. This is how somebody would come in, let's say, as a business owner. They want to do the business, they want to try most all of our products. This is the most affordable one for the most savings. It's $9.99 a one-time purchase, and it's over 37% savings. You get most of our key products. But you can get in as low as $225 as well. And you can also add to your orders. You can also add to your business pack. So these are one-time orders, and then you decide what you'd like to take monthly. But this is the way that gets you involved, and you get your website and you're ready to go and you're sharing it. Here's ways you can come in, other, as what consultants pay for certain products and what customers pay. You can see the consultant price and you can see the customer price. And I just say get in where you fit in. But we would love to have you, A, as a customer, or B, if you see the opportunity, we would love to have you join our team, because we are in momentum and we are building and we are growing and we are helping this world become a healthier place. So I want to thank you all so much for being on. I will wrap this up. And then, Isa, is there anything else you want to say before I wrap it up? And we'll stay on for questions too.
I just wanted to thank everyone for coming and taking the time. There's so much out there right now. There's a lot of noise in the wellness space. Just stay really focused. To me, this is just so simple, activating our cells. And I'm just so happy to meet each of you here today and see some new faces.
Thank you so much.